Welcome to the full body burn. This is a rough one. We want you to safely use the heaviest weights you have for this entire workout. There's a lot of complex motions here and they're all based on power. So we really want you to put as much energy as you can into this workout. We're going to start off this routine with our single arm clean and press. This is a little bit more of an advancement from our squat thrust. I'm going to show you how it's done. We're going to widen the legs out. One dumbbell in one hand, opposite hand on the belly. You're going to start with your palm facing you. From this position, you're going to drop down until that dumbbell touches the ground. From here, you're going to explode up with the legs to flip that dumbbell up over that elbow. As you're doing so, catch it back down into another squat, and then press up overhead. From this top position, let the elbow come down and throw that dumbbell forward to drop you right back down into your next squat. Show you a little faster version. Up, flip, catch, and then lock out. Down, throw it forward, up, flip, catch, lock out. Down, throw it forward. Keep the abs nice and tight the entire time, and you don't want to round that back ever. Try to keep your head up and let the hips do the majority of the work. This is how we're going to do our single arm rows with a push-up. Now remember, the rows are going to last for 10 seconds, and we're going to do it twice on each side. So after that 10 seconds will be a push-up, then 10 more seconds on that side, one more push-up, then you'll switch to the other hand, 10 seconds for the rows, push-up, 10 seconds for the rows, and then the last push-up. So this is what it's going to look like. Assume a 3-point stance in high plank, hand directly underneath that shoulder, and you're going to row up and set. When 10 seconds is up and you're going down for that push-up, hand a little further up, nice and wide, down, up, bring that hand back underneath, and get going with the rows again. Land wide for the push-up, down, up, and that's how it's done. Right after our row with the push-up, we're going to be doing low plank plank jacks. You want to keep your hips nice and level while you're down in that low plank. From this position, you're going to jump your legs as wide as you can, then jump them right back in. Again, keep those hips low. We don't want to see your butt in the air doing this. Hips low. You can go fast or you can go slow. As long as you keep those hips in a level position, you're going to be working the abs, the butt, and the adductors on the inside of the legs. This is how we're going to do our reverse lunge with a curl. You're going to be going back into a deep reverse lunge. As you come up, you're going to be thrusting the knee up and curling the arms. This is what it's going to look like. Head up, abs tight. Deep into a rear lunge and drive up. Rear lunge, drive up. You might be a little unstable with the motion, but practice. You will get it as those legs become stronger and core becomes stronger. You're going to be much more stable. This is our goblet squat with an outside knee raise. You're going to put your legs in plie position or sumo position. You're going to bring your hands up so the elbows stay directly underneath the dumbbells the whole time. You can keep the dumbbells together. From this position, we're going to allow our hips to go real deep down. As we drive up, you're going to drive that knee outside of the body, land, go to the other side. The whole time, keep the head up and the abs tight. Don't allow the shoulders to roll forward and the back to round. This is our ultimate burpee. There's a lot of pieces to this exercise. So when you started at first, you may be a little uncoordinated. But don't worry about it, because I promise, once you get it, you'll never forget this exercise. So what we're going to be doing is incorporating a curl, press, 2 rows, 2 crossover knee thrusts, and then a burpee. This is how it's done. You're going to curl, bring those elbows wide, press up, back down. As you come down to the ground, the hands should land underneath the shoulders. Jump the legs nice and wide, abs tight, hips low. You're going to row left, row right, Bring the right knee to the left elbow, set. Left knee to the right elbow, set. And jump back in nice and wide with the head up. And once you come up, curl, press, down, out, row, row, knee, knee, jump it in, curl, press, down, out, row, row, knee, knee, jump it in. Go ahead and practice that one. You'll get it, I promise. After those ultimate burpees, you're going to be on your butt, and we're going to be doing reverse crunch curls. I'm going to show you two different versions. The advanced version and the slightly easier version. You're going to start with your palms up. You don't want any rotation of the hands throughout this exercise. Bring the feet slightly off the ground. From this position, you're going to curl up and squeeze the knees in. When you come down, let the knees go out, and then back up. Now your arms are not going to go straight. Remember that. They're going to stay slightly bent the entire time. If you're having problems, if your core is not strong enough, or if your lower back's starting to hurt, put the heels on the ground and keep going. You're still going to get the core in the entire time, but again, it's going to be much easier on the lower back. All right, we're on the ground for one of my favorite bodyweight exercises. They're called military get-ups. Basically, you're going to be in a moving plank position the whole time. We're going to be pushing our body up, utilizing just the triceps. Your chest might get in a little bit, but as long as you keep that elbow nice and tight and you're pushing from the right position, those triceps are going to be on fire. You're going to start out in push-up position with your hands directly underneath your shoulders. We're going to go one side first. You want your feet nice and close together. You're going to drop down onto your elbow, opposite elbow, then bring that hand right where that elbow was, push back up, and keep going. Elbow, elbow, hand, hand. Now while you're doing this, keep the abs tight, keep the hips nice and level. You don't want your hips up in the air doing this. You want to keep the hips level, down, down, up, up, down, up, and up. Get some practice. After those military get-ups, we're on the ground for one last ab exercise. It's a low plank elbow to knee. When we do this, we want to allow that hip to rotate, open up, drive that opposite knee underneath your torso to make contact with that elbow, and you're going to set them both down and switch to the other side. This is what it's going to look like. I'm going to do it a little bit slow, and I'm going to pick up the pace. Try to follow along. Low plank, start with the feet together. You're going to bring the opposite knee in, touch that elbow, set, other side. Picking up the pace. Get some practice. You're going to be completely ready when you do the workout for real. Those are all the exercises in our full body burn routine. I know it's a lot, so practice as much as you need to. We want you to push as hard as you can every single time you press play. We want you to be the best person that you can possibly be at the end of this 4-week challenge. So remember, focus on progress and keep pushing harder every single time.